In the previous lecture, we learned about what computer architecture is. Now, we shall learn about the first type of architecture, that is, Von-Neumann architecture or Von-Neumann model. In 1945, John von Neumann, a mathematician, described the basic architecture of a computer. There is a computer design model that uses a processing unit and a single storage to hold both instructions and data. The term stored program computer is generally used to refer to a computer of this design. All general-purpose computers are based on the concepts of the von Neumann architecture. Talking about the von Neumann architecture, we are describing the relationship between the various hardware components that builds von Neumann-based computer. These components are the CPU, the IAS, and the input-output. Let's see what these are. The CPU is the brain of a computing system. All major calculations and comparisons are made inside the CPU, and it is also responsible for activating and controlling the operations of other units of the computer. The ALU, the control unit, the registers, and the clock are the four main components of CPU. Let's learn a little about these components. The arithmetic logic unit, ALU. It performs arithmetic and logic operations on data, permitting data to enter and leave the CPU. The control unit. It fetches the instructions from memory to be executed. It then decodes the instruction and finally issues control signals to other units or system involved in execution. Registers. They are those memories which are located in the CPU. The read and write operation can be performed on the registers at a very fast rate. There are different types of registers that can be found in the CPU. For example, program counter, address register, data register, accumulator, temporary register, input register, output register, and many more. The clock. Each operation within the CPU is carried out at a clock pulse. No operation, regardless of how simple it is, can be performed without the clock tick. Immediate Access Store or IAS. This unit of von Neumann computer stores both programs and data. IAS is commonly referred to RAM that can store data in the form of bit patterns. The data is stored at a particular memory location, also known as the unique memory address. Input-output. A computer needs peripherals for inputting and outputting data. It needs to be able to read data into and send data out. The data read and data out is done through the specific input-output ports. Some of the key features of von Neumann architecture. 1. Named after the mathematician John von Neumann. 2. The system has a single memory for storing both data and instructions. A von Neumann computer cannot distinguish between data and instructions in a memory location. It refers to data and instructions only because of the location of a particular bit pattern in RAM. 3. An instruction execution is done in 2 clock cycles. Instruction pipelining concept is not employed in this architecture. 4. In the first clock cycle, CPU gets the instruction from memory and decodes it, while in next cycle, the required data is taken from memory. CPU cannot read an instruction and perform a function simultaneously. The fetch, decode, execute cycle repeats for each instruction execution. 5. This architecture is replaced by Harvard architecture. 6. It stores instructions and data in the same bus system. This brings us to the end of the section. Thank you and see you in the next section.